So apparently, it's fine for countries to just go in, use their military, and kidnap people that supposedly have committed crimes. Well, that's interesting. So I guess that means that should a country want to, they can go ahead and go grab the following people and bring them to whatever court makes sense. Let's go down the list, shall we? Bibi Netanyahu and his cabinet of fascists. They seem like good candidates. Vladimir Putin and his folks. Yeah, I would say they would be eligible according to the new rules, according to the Trump administration. And come to think of it, that would also apply to Donald J. Trump, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, Stephen Miller, Pam Bondi, probably Kash Patel, Kristi Noem, and all the people that are also complicit with the genocides in Sudan, in Gaza, in the Congo. So, I mean, if that's the way that we're handling things now, which I don't think should happen because that violates international law. And in this case, our Constitution was violated because there was no authorization of war by Congress to take this action. Highly illegal. And, oh, great, they're talking about threatening, like they're threatening other nations now. They're threatening Greenland. They're threatening Cuba. Who knows where this is going to go? But for the people that are lying and saying that Venezuelans are celebrating, I got news for you. Like, well, one, I don't believe there's any evidence to suggest that's true. And then even if it was true, which I don't think it is, people were short-sighted in Iraq and Afghanistan too in the beginning. People initially got, excited about the invasion of Iraq to take out Saddam Hussein, which was also another illegal offensive war against a country that did not attack us. And again, Afghanistan happened under nefarious circumstances. All of the global South has suffered from ruthless sanctions from the United States, various covert operations by our CIA, all of which are mostly just about trying to flex our power, which I don't see as legitimate power. I don't see you as a legitimate actor on the world stage if you're using force against other sovereign nations. I think it's BS that the United States constantly violates international law with impunity. To be honest with you, I wish our the most ruthless neocons serving oligarchs and mega corporations would get the treatment that bullies get occasionally. And again, I'm not really much for violence at all, but I'm sick of people engaging in crime and acting as if they have some sort of moral authority or have the nerve to lie about other countries or label what they're doing, which is legal in their sovereign nation state, and say that's wrong, but we get away with doing all the crap that we do. So I don't know. Let's see where all this stuff goes. I think people should be doing what I did earlier today, which was I called my Congress people, my 2 senators, and member of the House of Reps for California, and I told them we need accountability for this action, the attacks against Caracas, which killed 30 plus people. I don't know what the formal number is, but there was a whole bunch of violence. That's murder. It's not sanctioned. It's not lawful. And then kidnapping a world leader and his wife and bringing them to the United States, renditioning them here, that's not legal. This whole premise that it's because he's a narco trafficker, which is I don't know that stands up, to be honest. And then the lawyers are going to have fun because Trump then basically just says it's about the oil. So good luck with that. And then, we'll see if other countries punish us for our actions. But I think there should be impeachments using Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution, which what you do there is you remove the president and vice president, and then you can impeach and remove all the civil officers. I think we need a serious cleanup in Congress. We need to boot all these neocons out, all these servants to corporations that are really just ruining lives across the planet. They're the ones that screw up pricing for things, making everything too expensive. They're the ones who also control, the market forces behind our wages. That's the black box that we don't get to see. There's no transparency. There's no transparency for all kinds of costs that are incurred. There's no transparency for, like, all the properties that they own that they purposely leave vacant. All these, like, private equity companies that purposely saddle, the owners with debt and claim that they're going to come in and add some efficiency and more profitability, when what they're trying to actually do is sabotage the business so they can sell it for parts. And then the people are saddled with debt, and it hurts good businesses that were doing okay, but they just wanted to be doing better, asking for some expertise, which what they ended up getting is a bunch of freaking capitalist vultures. I'm sorry, but if you're not angry at this late stage about capitalism and what it does to all of us, you have not been paying attention. If you're not mad at the oligarchs, that's the very, 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 very wealthy, very few, and the effects that they have on society. They are parasites. They are the dangerous minority. They are the only dangerous minority. Well, then you have, like, the crazy religious zealots, like the Zionist Christian nationalists and Islam, like radical Islamic extremist groups, which those are tiny groups of people. Some of them have a lot of power and are very well connected in the right places, which are obviously a problem. But I think we could do away with Zionist power. I think we could make sure that Israel is actually a country that respects, human rights of all people and allows full human rights and democratic rights in a one-party state, where we rebuild together and probably have Palestinians in charge with some kind of unilateral authority force to help with peace and truth and reconciliation. That's the only thing that makes any kind of sense. And we really need to neuter the shit out of the illegitimate religious groups that are operating as businesses and political arms to do harm in society and warp what those religions are supposed to mean. Like, I'm an atheist. I can make peace with religious people so long as they're practicing their faith how they choose without harming other people. I'm cool with that, as long as they can let me do my thing and not have those beliefs and still be cool and do good things for society. I think we can all live together. With secular laws, not religious laws, because that doesn't work. Because that's, choosing who has rights and everybody else who doesn't. So, I don't know, man. It's freaking wild time to be alive. I was worried about the strikes in the Caribbean, which equate to murder. And now they take Maduro out, and then they're threatening the VP that was there. That's the second in command that the Supreme Court there put in power. And he threatened her with even worse than what happened to Maduro, which is like, guys, we can't do this. This is like death of an empire stuff. Like, we have people that think this is flexing power. It's not. It's an attempt to show, like, ooh, I'm a big, strong boy. And no, because all it takes is other countries to punch the United States in the nose and do it often enough where they could cripple us. And then we are the ones who are relying on everyone else. And to be honest with you, that kind of shit cannot happen soon enough. Like, I for the sake of all of us, people around the world and in the United States, we're not safe under this fascist regime, like fascist light Democratic Party and full fascists Republican Party, with Trump engaging in lawlessness and not being checked at all. Like, they all need to be removed, and we need to get rid of all the clowns associated with letting the Epstein thing keep going, and everybody connected to that stuff should be prosecuted for all the crimes. And it's nuts. We are in a weird, I mean, it's not that weird if you understand the context of all the things that have happened over time in America, but it's like, it's kind of extra because we used to actually at least pretend that we have like a rules-based order. And a lot of people are going along with this stuff. And I don't know how many of those are like, I'm looking online. I don't know how many of these people are bots or paid foreign trolls, because we know there's a lot of those on social media. But we do have a bunch of wingnuts who are, I'm telling you, if you support this regime, you're un-American, you're unpatriotic, you're an idiot, you're ignorant, you're very ill-informed, you are not for law and order, you're not for U.S. law, you're not for international law, you're not for defending the Constitution, you don't give a shit about family, you don't give a shit about kids, you don't give a shit about people's rights and freedoms, and you're kind of signing off on life getting worse for everyone. And for what reason have you betrayed your country by supporting this man? It's one thing to vote for him once. It's another to vote 3 times and continue to support him now that all this stuff is going on. The kidnappings, the mass human rights atrocities with what's going on in Gaza, the ethnic cleansing that's happening here, dismantling the administrative state, the 600,000 deaths that were caused by the cuts to USAID, the theft of our information, selling of nuclear secrets 3 times Trump did, according to Jack Smith's testimony. Check that out. On and on and on it goes. Like, you don't care about the oath of office. You don't care about the oath of enlistment for the servicemen, the service members that carried out these strikes. Like, all those guys are on the hook for committing crimes. They all should be court-martialed, every last one. It's crazy. And I'm not, like, I'm stating facts. If you're not aware of what I'm talking about, your media source is crap. It's completely crap, because I actually pay attention to credible sources of information. I make it a point. Part of my civic duty, and yours, is to stay informed, to inform yourself. So if you're not doing that, you fucked up, not me. It's on you. Stop being an idiot. Stop being an inhumane piece of shit. And if you're supporting the stuff that's going on with ICE, you are worse than a Nazi. If you're supporting what just happened in Venezuela, like, that was like Hitler shit. You are worse than a Nazi. I don't want anything to do with you. I'll never want anything to do with you ever again if you support this shit. Never. We are not on the same page at all. I want my people taken care of. I want everybody to be free. I'm tired of so many people having to suffer for some bullshit because of capitalists' endless greed and their psychopathy because they can't deal with death, and also they're like little children that don't like rules. Like, I don't want to pay taxes. I don't want to play by the rules. I don't like regulations. I want to be able to hurt people and get away with it. I want to have my own little city. I want my own little fiefdoms. I want all my little serfs. Fuck you. Pay the society tax, dumbass, and participate and be a good citizen, whether you're a company or a person. We all got to work together. It's a collective. Whether you want to, like, you think you're an individual or not. We are individuals as part of a collective. That's what it is.